Yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm actually working on a song right now, well, a couple of songs. I'm gonna be up for, I guess, the whole rest of the night. My mom is off. I'm off on Mondays. See, we didn't have time to really do it today, but tomorrow we're gonna watch some movies. I'm gonna try to pick like a Candace Cameron movie. She understands that I'm not secular now, so, and that's not really when you say non-secular Christian, for some reason that word doesn't exist. That entire phrase does not exist. But not even phrase. Just the title, it doesn't exist. That's what Google claims. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna watch a movie, and sometimes I'm gonna lie, gospel is a little depressing. That's why I try listening to Christian rock, but it's like a hymn, maybe like a Negro spiritual that I'm working on. I'm gonna play, and I'm just bringing back in a good way my past because it was bringing back what I overcame, and I want to do a lot of. I want to be really transparent in this video. So a lot of y'all here that watch me, y'all know a lot of the wickedness I engaged in when I was in Florida. I was just thinking about this now. How how lucky I am because I'm healthy. You know, my health is going to get better and better every day. When somebody comes downstairs, I just move. Nobody's really going outside at this time because it's just so bad out. I mean, it stopped snowing, but I'm gonna live a long life. I'm gonna live a long, healthy life, and I know for a fact that I have a lot of opportunities coming my way. I have a lot of um, goals that are going to be met, a lot of objectives that are going to be met. But some people from my past, I can't say the same for. I mean, unless they change. But I'm gonna just tell y'all like this, because I'm gonna stop saying woman, man. That's my past. But the person I dealt with had HIV, and I knew about it too. I was aware. Um, Around like maybe the second time they told me, and I was so deep in that lifestyle that I would just accept anything because I was so alone out there that I would accept somebody with a disease that potentially I could have got. And I'm just so glad, I'm so grateful that God still stuck with me through all of it. I'm gonna look at you and tell you that I'm done 100% with all that stuff because I just think about all the risky behavior I engaged in, all of the unclean behavior. This is why in this video I want to just declare. I don't know when. I don't know if I'm worthy of it right now, but I want to get baptized because I'm just so disgusted with myself right now, and I think I'm saying it in a positive way. But it's like the more I read the Bible, the more I read the book, the more I listen to a lot of these pastors on here, the more disgusted I am with myself. I was watching this documentary about this guy in San Francisco who was similar, a very similar story to mine. Practically everything was the same. Everything was the same. How we were introduced to. I'm gonna leave the documentary if you care to watch it, if you can bear listening to it. But well, it's a good documentary. There's nothing graphic in there, but how I got into that lifestyle was very similar to his story. And it's like the more I read, the closer I get to God, just the more disgusted I am with myself. I just wanna, I really want to sometimes just throw up, listen, just, I can't even watch the videos on my old channel. That's how disgusted I am. this is what I want to promote in this video. When you have, and somebody called me out on this last year, almost 2 years ago, 2024. They said a lot of sodomites are products of no absent fathers, sexual abuse. Um, she's hit it right on the nail, and I'm two for two, partially 2 for 2, two and a half. But I'm talking about what my father was like absent. He was in a sense, but I don't want to claim like the sexual abuse like 100% because it wasn't really that case. I broke that down in another video, but it's like you look for acceptance in other fellow outsiders, and it's a very demonic, wicked life that I'm so glad I'm free from. I don't want no parts of it. If I could, I would warn anybody considering getting into that. Because I think about it, it took years to fight that. It took well over 10 years to fight off. And I'm just grateful I came out, you know, unscathed. Because I don't know what I would do if I was stuck with. I'm gonna just tell their story. I told you the person I dealt with was raped at 11 years old at a beach by a grown man, and they. It seemed like they were like they got into that by their sexual assault, which I'm not laughing about. But last year, I have not looked at anything on their social media, any pictures. I don't know where they are to this day. I don't know. But one day, I just said to myself, I saw this picture of them. I think it was on like it was like another app they were on, and I didn't see them for like a little over a month, and they just look so demonic, like just the devil in them. I just thought about it. I don't, like I said, I don't look at their social media. I don't contact them. That's the past to me. But I'm just so grateful that I came out unscathed because I just think about the fact that they didn't have their mother died, their mother died, and their father just abandoned them. And I'm just grateful to at least have still one parent that actually cared enough. Because when I think about it, if I felt like neither parent cared, one parent doesn't, but if I felt like both parents didn't care, I would have just stayed, ran back over there, put up whatever, you know, they put me through. And, you know, I would have eventually either went to prison or contracted HIV. Because another thing was too, they were like they were like doing like drugs sometimes. And this is how low I felt of myself because I didn't have nowhere to stay, no stable place to live in. You know, I was sometimes I didn't have a job. I had a hard time, um, finding work, and they didn't. It seemed like they didn't care like that. And that's what I'm saying. I just needed somebody to talk to, just somebody who wanted to listen. And this is what I chose to associate myself with. And I'm just disgusted. I'm really disgusted with myself. And I just hope one day God can find it in his heart to forgive me. But it's like I don't feel like I deserve that. I don't feel like I deserve to do anything with anybody for the next decade or the next 15, 20 years because I don't obviously I do now, but I didn't have no limits, no control over myself, over the things I was doing. I only see with age, I only decided to leave because the way I was talking last year, you guys already saw the signs that I was just discontent with that lifestyle. But the fact that I was getting older and I was just the real truth is I was unsure of what was gonna come next because I told you many times that sex is a tolerance. I was really afraid that I would become a predator. And listen when I say this. I was afraid that just like a lot of the predators that I encountered in that lifestyle, I was afraid that I was going to become one of them based on my age because I told you you are not very appealing to the to your own gender the older you get. And I didn't want to and I have boundaries. I don't want to mess with young people. I don't want to mess with kids. And that is very existent in that community. It goes on a lot. And people act like it doesn't, but it does. And that was my biggest concern because, like, religious or not religious, I just have boundaries that I don't cross that line. So that's what I was just asking every day. Can you find a way to just scare me away from that? Can you get it out of my life? And I'm just so grateful. I'm good. I'm clean. I'm not. I don't have HIV. I don't have anything that's like lifelong where I gotta take medication. And that's another thing too. They didn't take their medication very much. They even told me one time that if when they die, make sure you cremate my body. I remember we were driving to the store or something. We were like in I think it was Hillsborough County. We were driving and they just randomly said, I hope this stuff can kill me. This they were saying like they wanted the disease to kill them. That's why they don't take their medication. And I just think that that's so demonic right there. Like that's how they get your kids. It starts with predators raping and molesting your children, and that's how they get in that lifestyle. And it's hard to come out for some people. But if you're strong enough, if you pray enough, you can leave and leave for good. But you can't go back. Just like the story of Sodom and Gomorrah when they burned down that city. He said, don't turn around, and the wife turned into a pillar of salt. You can't go back. There's no do overs. You can't. You gotta either down with God or you down with the devil. There's no changing mind. There's no constant messing up and then repenting. No, I'm 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 100% adamant that I'm not gonna ever go back to that. But I'm just so grateful to have a mother who. Now that I'm thinking back, it's a reason for a lot of things. It's a reason why they lived in a hotel. It's a reason why most of their family that is alive doesn't deal with them. It's a reason why they you know get treated the way they do. And this is what I associated myself with. I'm just so glad I broke out while I could. I felt like my car broke down for a reason because I probably would have went to Miami, probably would have got back together with them. I don't know. I would have. I'm not trying to go backwards. The way I was moving, I always would protect myself. But it's so easy to get it still. Just being a man is a lot easier versus a woman. So I'm just thankful that I'm clean. God is still stuck with me and all that. And I told you I don't believe in erasing history, only learning from it. But just understand those videos when I was promoting that stuff on here, I don't support it at all anymore. I totally denounce it. And I can't, like I said, I don't want to take it down because it's like I wanna keep it up to learn. I hope somebody can learn from what I was promoting. But I was just thinking about that, the fact that everything I've been through, I'm 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 still standing. I'm still strong. But I'm gonna I wanna get in the process of getting baptized because I'm still disgusted with everything I've done in my life sexually. I'm not proud of any of it. And that's the power of Christ. When you realize your mistakes, you just can't repeat those mistakes over and over. It's no do over button. I know that it's wrong, and I know that I'm delivered from it. And if anybody's dealing with something like that, just think about this. Think about the fact that there is no limits in that life. There are no There's no satisfaction at all. Because I'm gonna tell you again, you're always gonna be craving for more and more. You're never gonna be happy. And this is when I say too, see, I don't have no hatred in my heart, but I wanna remain far away as possible from people like that. I do because I feel like it's energy that transfers over to you if you're around them long enough. And just think about, let me do another part of this.